Hello, Praful. Good to have you here. So guys, let's start. People are still joining in, but we cannot keep on waiting. So let's start with the introduction. So firstly, I would like to tell what at DLT Labs we are doing. So DLT Labs as such is into enterprise blockchain. We are very big on blockchain getting enterprise adopted, as well as for that purpose, we have been working on certain set of platform. We have been working on certain set of blockchain tools as such to make sure that it can be adopted by enterprise in an easily fashion. Adoption become easy because in order for technology to explode, until unless there are development tool set, until unless there are development frameworks in which development can be expedited, as well as whatever the developed products are secure, it is not going to help enterprise. Because in generally, I see a few people are there already from enterprise who have participated in this particular competition. So you all understand, right? In order for anything to be enterprise adopted, enterprise has their own set of checklists which needs to be ticked or satisfied as per criteria in order for that product to run in or either running within their environment in a collaborative manner or to be consumed by them. So that's where certain set of frameworks become very important, certain set of tools very become important, right? Providing them all the tool set so that the DevOps process become easy, deployment process and procedure becomes easy. So we at DLT Labs, apart from our functional product, which we have deployed worldwide for Walmart Canada, is one of a success story of being a biggest blockchain network on asset tracking and tracing for their freight management system. Similarly, when we have developed that product, while doing so, we developed a lot of tool set about how to manage our network in a more effective fashion, how to do our deployment in a very efficient fashion, as well as how to make sure that all these things are secured. So while doing so, we did create one more product, which we call as a technical enabler product. So technical enabler product are the products which can be directly consumed by technical companies, which can be directly used by technical people, developer, builder, geeks, in order to build a new product out of it, in order to build a new product line, new product stream out of it. So it comes with certain set of things which are already there. You can use it as a plug and play. And what greatly takes care of us. So one of the very other important aspect which was important for us in order for blockchain to be adopted in an enterprise fashion or adopted in a globally for a lot of problem solution, it will only happen if the developer finds it's very easy to get onboarded onto it, start developing their own smart contract, start developing their own chain code, as well as the management part around any of these networks can be taken care. Otherwise, it's so barrier of entry becomes very big. In case of current scenario, if you see, there is a very big entry of barrier in order to get expedited onto a journey of developing a blockchain application. We need to understand a lot of nitty-gritties, how the blockchain network works, how the intricacies of blockchain works. But same is not applicable when you interact with a Linux machine or a Linux machine as your development toolset or Linux machine as hosting your application. Because they have already reached that area of maturity where there are other people to take care of it. There are already products which provide managed services out of the box in which you can get a Linux machine running. You do not require to do a setup. So same thing we have done with our own product, which is known as DL Unify. DL Unify is a technical enabler product for which Purushottam in next session we will be taking deep down what DL Unify is and walking you through the platform itself. But at the very core, it is what it makes developer lives easy. It makes them to come onto the platform, start building on top of it. It provides certain management console to them, which they do not require to invest time. And we also see in order for this technology to be adopted, right, it should be consumed by all type of developers, whether it's a mobile developer, whether it's a web application developer, because ultimately blockchain adoption will only become easy when all type of developer and all type of architect are able to consume it, right? And it's very difficult for everybody to go and start understanding blockchain in order to start building on top of it. So building off on top of blockchain should be very easy. So that's what we have been trying to do with this particular platform, which I am talking about. And that's what the whole purpose of this hackathon is. One of the very purpose of the hackathon, why any hackathon is required, is firstly, it provides a learning opportunity. So whoever, all the candidates who are participating, I will say, take this as a learning opportunity, not only as a competitive opportunity where there are certain prizes to be won, but take it as a learning opportunity where you can learn a new technology, where you can come and understand a new technology and start building on top of it. Second, it will also provide you an opportunity where you can spark a new innovation, since a lot of you will be currently getting involved with your mundane tasks at your, probably in your enterprise or in your office. It will give you a certain area or certain place where you can come and you can start building something new if you have certain spark, as well as since it is a 12-day time period, right? There are a lot of things which you can think if you start dedicating certain time to this particular hackathon. It will also build contents who are already building on top of blockchain, who are already a blockchain developer. Probably it will help them to gain certain more contents on building certain use cases, getting it validated here in this particular journey with us, put certain dedicated time in development towards it. That is one of the other thing. As well as what it will do is it will allow you all people to adopt these disruptive technology, as well as not only you, all the companies where you are working on, or in case you are a student, wherever the new company you are going to join in, right? Ultimately, since you will have these learning exposures and you will have an exposure of building something on a blockchain platform, you will be industry ready to actually, when your enterprise requires an adoption of this disruptive technology, you will have certain prior confidence, you will have certain prior experience and exposure in order to do so. So that is one of the other purpose. One of the other thing is that it will also provide you an opportunity to interact with a lot of other people who are in this particular blockchain development space. It will give you an ample opportunity to actually network between people who are coming from various background, different environment, but are very keen in actually working on this particular platform. So that is one of the very important aspect. In case somebody is new, or in case not new, but he's trying to become an entrepreneur, it can be also a good place in order him to learn this new disruptive technology. And because the technology itself also disrupts the whole business transformation layer. And when I say disruption in a good way, not in a way that creating chaos or other thing, but I see this disruption as a good way in which other people will be able to, or other enterprise will be able to do a lot of business transformation, which will actually lead to either cost saving or generating new other revenue streams for them, as well as it will bring in certain use cases which has been not thought earlier. It will bring in certain businesses which are yet to be explored. So this 12-day can also give you that particular opportunity where you can put your brain to work around these aspects. And feel free to ping your questions in between. I will be keep on taking questions as and when during this talk also. So do not wait for end of the session to pitch in your question. So question channels are open. Feel free to ping your questions to me. And as I've already told, right, do not take this particular hackathon as only a place where you are going to compete, but take these 12 days as a total session in which you are going to learn something new in case you do not already know. And in case you know, you will be able to build in more contents. So as part of that, apart from the tour guide of our own platform, our own product, how to build, we will be also having certain sessions about how to develop a smart contract on Ethereum, how to develop a chain code on Hyperledger Fabric. We are also trying to provide you a collaborative channel, a communication system in which you all can communicate, you all can have a constant communication with us. So we will be there available to you to help you in any way if you are stuck somewhere, and help you in a way to understand the system, help you in a way to understand the blockchain so that you can build, but not helping you in actually building the application, because at last there is a competitive thing involved, right, with the prices and everything. So we will not be helping you around the things around probably your front end aspects or probably around your data munging aspect, but we will be providing you all help around if you are having any trouble in deploying the smart contract, deploying your chain code, you are facing any blockchain network issues, and all those aspects. So all those things would be taken care. It will also be a good opportunity where, in case your enterprise are already working on certain R&D things and you are all working already on certain things which you want to get solved, it can be also a good place where you can take up those activities and start solving those aspects. In order to participate in this hackathon, you will be participating in a team. That was certain criteria, but I have seen many people have registered as individuals. So we are going to allow that particular entry as well. We have taken away that clause where only the minimum entry criteria was 2 people. Probably people have has applied as a team, but is still not able to bring their team member. It's fine. In case you are not able to bring in the team member, you will always have that collaborative space available to you where you can pitch in your idea and you can ask other to join, because I see a lot of individuals have also participated in this particular hackathon. And I see hackathon are always a thing where it's a more collaborative. It's not an very much individual goal when you are building an application or you are building a thing. That's where you can get more learning experience, and as well as certain networking, which will help you in blockchain community or which will help you in your career otherwise. So try to build a team around the people who already do not have the team. Probably by tomorrow morning or by midnight today, you will have that collaborative platform available to you to interact. Other aspect is, so as part of this particular hackathon, so it's a team activity, whether you are an individual or a group of people, it's a team activity. And you will require to choose one idea. That particular idea, so we will be floating a form in which you will require to put down your idea, your thought, what you want to build, and you will require to choose one blockchain, whether it can be Ethereum or Hyperledger, on top of which you want to build this particular idea or you want to solve the particular problem statement. And those things should be submitted by tomorrow afternoon, 12 o'clock. We need to fixate on the idea, and you all need to fixate on the type of blockchain we are going to use. Type of blockchain, as we proceed, if you want to change, do not worry about it. We will let that changes happen. But at the very core, we will like that idea to retain. But since it's a 12 days journey, I do not expect that we will be following very hard line. If you have chosen any idea, the same thing to be taken up. But make sure you do fill in the entry forms. You make sure you fill in your idea, because otherwise, in order to proceed forward, your entry needs to be there. So make sure when you receive that particular form, you have filled by the deadline. We'll be sending all these communication via email also, in case anything is missed and somebody has not been able to hear due to any network glitch on his side. And in general, the criteria around the winners are decided. So there are 3 different categories of evaluation. One is ideation. So ideation totally deals with how you are able to explain on your idea, how you are able to explain your problem statement. Are you able to go at the root cause of the problem while explaining it? So you can have one-liner and then certain explanation on top of it. So that is called ideation. And then there is so that carries 20% weightage. And then there is a 30% weightage on part of something which we call conceptualization. So conceptualization is basically your problem solving or your solution. So how you are solutioning it at a very high level, what kind of components you are using, what kind of tools from our platform you are using. And one of the very important criteria for hackathon is to build it on our tool set, which we are going to provide you in order to make your life easy. So how you are effectively using those tool set at a high level, if you can provide certain architectural diagram, if you can provide certain flow diagram, you can provide your schemas. So those all will be evaluated as part of conceptualization. And the third, which contains the maximum weightage, the 50% weightage, is around your working solution. And each of these categories will have an end date associated to it. So make sure that you adhere to the timelines and submit them at the dedicated or the decided at the deadline, so that you can be considered for evaluation on those categories. So that's all on the part of how the evaluation will happen. And the submission, you all will be required to submit a working solution demo. You will be required to present the GitHub link to the code which you have worked on, solution which you have worked on, and certain aspects from our platform, what kind of tools you have used. There will be certain identification in which we can identify that, okay, you have used the tools in order to build your application. All these needs to be submitted on 2nd of November. Again, these all information will be reaching you in your inbox via email. I'm just letting you know. And feel free to ask any question if anybody has any other question. There was one question which I have already answered to Deepak, and it has been a constant theme what I have been talking about. Yeah, you do not require to have a previous knowledge about blockchain. This 12 days is not only a journey where you are going to compete, but it is also a learning opportunity for you guys, where you are going to learn how blockchain works, certain aspects around writing a smart contract, building a smart contract, writing your own chain code. You will require to have a certain fundamental understanding around programming. The basic tenets of programming will be required. What we not will be going through is, so we are also going to provide you certain sample code, certain dApps which has been already developed. On top of it, we will be providing
Hi, Jay.